Okay, so this is a video reconstruction of my 6.85 Roux official solve. This solve was 33 moves in slice turn metric, which is pretty good for Roux, but it's nothing special. It's not like too lucky, but it is definitely a lucky solve given that it's a 6 and I'm not good at getting OH singles. But at first glance, like this scramble doesn't really look too special, especially for me because I'm really terrible at looking for blocks, especially officially. So I didn't even inspect first block in this scramble. All I managed to see was a square, and that's because I spent around 12 seconds or so trying to find a first block and just gave up and did the first thing I saw. So this was like the first block I tried looking at in inspection because I saw a line over here and I see the center over here. So as long as I can put the green red edge in this slot over here, then I can make a square pretty easily. But the green red edge was here at the back, which is not a good edge at all. So what I would have done is like BR2 UI like that, which is not good because it leads to a bad second pair. I don't think B moves are bad in OH. Like it's perfectly reasonable to do that because it's simply just like F prime but at the back. But that's slightly on a tangent. So other things I saw were this over here. Well, basically I saw this edge was connected to the center, and outside of that, there was nothing. This was a terrible first block, so I had to look for something else. Um, and I started looking for other things like this connecting with a D move and then trying to pair that up. That didn't work out as I wanted it to. So I probably spent already 10 seconds at that point and I still tried to look. Then I just saw this line over here, saw this white corner, and then this edge, you can pair it up with DR. And then I just went like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I did DR, RY2, D, and I knew that would make a square at the back. And after that, that's all I inspected. But this pair showed up at the front, like for free. So I just did U prime F2. Then I saw the DR edge while, making that pair. So all I needed to do was just do an R2 in order to bring this to the bottom. And I decided not to double flick my R2 here for some reason. So I just did two R's. And then out of these two pairs, I decided to pick this pair over here because I already knew that this was a Roux pair that I could use, but I wasn't certain whether this was because I hadn't seen this edge at this point for some reason. So I didn't know whether this was the pair for this or whether this yellow edge was at the back. So I just decided to do this. And I did it with U prime and then RY prime, U prime M prime, which pairs this up and kind of brings this edge up at the back. So you can just finish that with U prime R. And then over here we have this F2L pair. And I didn't insert it with RU to R prime, which I guess is a good thing given what case I got. But instead I did U prime and then insert from there. And I do this in solves like pretty much every time because A, I'm really bad at blocks, and B, I'm not good at double flicking R2s. So if I had to cancel from here, I'd have to do a double flick R2 because RR is definitely slower than like RU prime and then another R. So I just did RU prime and then insert this pair, which gives me a pure soon, and I recognized it with these two stickers being the same and this sticker being different but opposite. So I know that's a pure soon. And additionally, I know I have all my EO done because this edge is oriented and then these are all oriented. So by deduction, this at the back has to be oriented. And additionally, because I saw blue over here and I know these are two white pieces and this is not orange or red. So I know my UL and UR edges have to be over here and one has to be at the back, which is what I saw. So over here, I could have done U and then back anti soon, but I did U2 into soon. And then from here, once again, I knew that this was a solved edge at the back, so I just did a U prime and kind of solved this one with M prime U2 M prime, which is basically doing M prime U2 M to bring this to the bottom, then an M2. That's the way that this 4B insertion works. So M prime U2 M prime. And at this point, actually, I already knew I was going to get a 4C skip or like an M2 of some sort, because I know after the M2, or the sum total of my M prime and M prime, which leads to an M2, I'm going to have the white center on top, and these two are going to be solved. So it's just going to be like a really nice LSE. So just M prime, U2, M prime, then U, M2, and that was a solve. Yeah.